Have you ever really stopped to think about the specific words we use for some of life's most common moments? I mean, from those big promises we make to ourselves on New Year's Eve to the traditions that bring the whole family together, there's this whole unique language that really gives these experiences their flavor. So today, we're going to take a closer look at the language of our lives. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the ambitious promises of a fresh start. Then we'll get into the cozy rituals of our traditions. After that, we're going to zoom way in on the personal art of self-care, and we'll wrap it all up by exploring the vocabulary of those unexpected adventures life throws at us. So first up, let's talk about a ritual that pretty much all of us are familiar with, the New Year's resolution. It's that one time of year, that moment of pure hope, where we get a clean slate and we promise ourselves we're going to be better, stronger, you know the drill.
This is a great question. And let's be honest, it's one that probably hits a little too close to home for most of us, especially around February, right? We start off with so much energy and conviction, but, well, life happens. So why do we do it to ourselves year after year?
Well, at its core, a resolution is all about that really powerful idea of a fresh start. It's a promise you make to yourself, a personal deal to improve some part of your life. The new year just feels like this perfect, symbolic blank page. It's the ultimate excuse to finally make a change. And here it is, the absolute classic New Year's resolution. This is the one that gyms everywhere are banking on. It's such a good goal, right? A real commitment to getting healthier. It's right up there with, I'll read more books, or I'm going to spend less time scrolling on my phone. But then there's the reality check, and this quote just nails it. Gathering dust. That's such a perfect way to put it, isn't it? It just paints this vivid picture of our best intentions just sitting there. Those brand new running shoes in the corner, basically a monument to a promise that didn't quite work out. And this really gets to the heart of it. See, making the resolution, that's the easy part. The real challenge is whether or not we can stick to it. That little phrase, stick to something, that's all about perseverance. It's about showing up day after day, especially when you really don't feel like it. Okay, so let's shift gears. From those personal promises we make, let's zoom out to the shared rituals that bring us all together. We're going to dive into the festive world of holiday traditions, and specifically the words we use for that iconic centerpiece, the Christmas tree. So the whole ritual usually starts with the tree itself. And a pine tree isn't just any tree. It's a whole experience for the senses. You've got those prickly needles instead of leaves, that classic pyramid shape, and of course that incredible smell that just instantly screams, the holidays are here. And this right here is the moment of truth that happens in homes all over the world. When you're out at the tree farm, it looks perfect. But now you're trying to drag it through the front door, and that one question comes up. Uh-oh, did we go a little too big this year? You know what's so cool is how this one big tradition is actually made up of a bunch of smaller rituals. It's a whole process, right? It goes step by step. From hunting for that perfect tree to that final satisfying moment you put the star on top, every single step is part of the memory. The tree itself is just the canvas. The real magic, the personality, it all comes from the decorations. Ornaments are like these little time capsules. Each one has a story. And then you've got the stockings, these giant socks we hang up, hoping they'll be filled with treats. All right, so from these big annual traditions for the whole family, let's zoom in on something a little more personal and maybe a little more frequent. Let's talk about the art of self-care. We're going to look at the surprisingly specific lingo of getting a manicure. So what even is a manicure? Well, it's way more than just painting your nails. It's a full-on cosmetic treatment for your hands. It's this little bit of luxury that's all about making you feel polished and put together. Oh, and fun fact, the version for your feet, that's called a pedicure. The person who works this magic is called a manicurist. And they're really skilled at what they do. They'll file your nails into the perfect shape, take care of that delicate skin around your nails, that's the cuticles, and of course, apply the polish with a super steady hand. But let's be real, a manicure isn't just about keeping your nails neat. It's about how it makes you feel. It's all about taking a moment to pamper yourself. I love that phrase. It just means treating yourself, indulging in a little bit of luxury. It's a tiny rebellion against all the stress of daily life. Now here's a word that's super important in the manicure world, coats. It's just like painting a wall. The layers of nail polish are called coats. The secret to getting that really rich, deep color that lasts is applying multiple coats. Okay, for a final section, we're zooming back out. We're going to talk about the language of travel, but specifically those times when our best laid plans go, well, a little bit sideways, sometimes in a good way. Every travel story kinda starts with this phrase, right? It's like the universal password for checking into a hotel or getting your table at a restaurant. It's just the simple, polite way to say, hey, I'm here. But then a problem. A mix-up. It's the perfect word for that moment your stomach drops a little and you realize something isn't right. It's just a state of confusion, a little glitch in the matrix that's about to make your trip way more interesting. And in this story, the mix-up has led to a classic travel nightmare. The hotel is overbooked. Basically, this means the hotel got a bit greedy and sold more rooms than they actually have. It's a real headache and can be super stressful for everybody. But here's the thing. Sometimes a mix-up can have a surprisingly happy ending. To say sorry, the hotel might offer you a complimentary upgrade. Now, complimentary is just a fancy way of saying free, and an upgrade means you're about to get a much, much nicer room. All of a sudden, that mix-up doesn't seem so bad after all.
So, from the personal promise of a New Year's resolution to the awesome surprise of a hotel upgrade, our lives are just packed with these rituals that all have their own unique language. These words aren't just words, they're what connect our shared experiences. It really makes you wonder, right? What other secret languages are out there, hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to notice?